I'm going to show you the fastest and easiest way to set up your business LLC. Now, I get this question all the time. My students are asking me, what is the best way to start my LLC? You see, I've had the privilege and honor to coach over 60,000 people in starting their online businesses and quitting their 9-to-5 jobs. So I wanted to make this video to help them, but also for new people looking to start a business and they're not sure how to get their LLC started. Now, typically there are several steps to create an LLC, from choosing a name, appointing a registered agent, filing articles of organization, creating an operating agreement, obtaining an employer identification number, that's basically your EIN, complying with tax and regulations, and filing annual reports. Now, these are just some of the many steps that you would have to do if you're doing it the hard way. But in this video, I'm going to show you the easiest way possible to create your LLC. Now, before I go into the actual setup, I want to explain what is an LLC and the purposes of an LLC. So if you want, you can skip this part and go to where I actually set up the LLC, but I want to make sure people understand what is an LLC. So LLC starts for Limited Liability Company, and this is a perfect way to set up your business if you're a brand new entrepreneur. And again, I've coached and mentored over 60,000 people who are just starting their online businesses. Myself, I actually came from the corporate world, and when I started my online business, I created an LLC, and this was the easiest way to get started as a brand new business owner. Now, there are many benefits to creating an LLC, but the main benefit is limiting liability. So let's just say you start your business and for some crazy reason you get sued. Well, they can only sue the LLC and not your personal assets, meaning all your homes, your cars, your assets, your personal assets are now safe because you have the business under the LLC. In my opinion, that's one of the best benefits to creating an LLC. And that's why I believe everyone should have an LLC no matter what. Now, the next benefit to having an LLC is the tax benefits. Now, I'm not a CPA or an accountant, so make sure to speak with a professional. That way you can get the full details. But I want to give you the 10,000 foot overview. Basically, with an LLC, you're only taxed once. And with a corporate LLC or with something else, you can actually get taxed twice. So typically with an LLC, it's a lot easier when you go and file your taxes. And I know a lot of people that are starting their businesses from the first time, they think about, how am I going to do the taxes? Is it going to be complicated? At least with an LLC, it's a lot easier in my experience. All right, so now we're going to go into the actual setup of the LLC. Now we're going to be using Bizee, which is going to be a super simple way to set up your LLC. I'm going to walk you through the entire process, show you which packages you should choose. Now, to get started with Bizee, there's going to be a link down in the description down below. Make sure to click on that link. It'll take you right to this page here, and we're going to get started in forming our LLC. So first thing here is you click on this button here where it says form your LLC, and we can start the process here. Okay. All right. So it's going to ask for the entity type. We're going to say LLC because that's what we're creating. And then you're going to choose the state where you want to form your LLC. Okay. So I'm going to choose New Mexico here. Now the pricing will change based on the state because every state has a different filing fee. So as you can see in this particular state, it's $50 to file that. But there are three packages that I want to talk about. Okay. There's the basic, there's the standard, and the premium. Now these prices could change over time, but I want to talk about what you get in all these packages. Okay. So I recommend the standard for about 95% of the people watching this video. And the reason why I say that is because if you go down, you'll notice with the standard, you actually get the EIN tax number, which is really important. You're going to need this to create your business bank account. Okay. You also get the operating agreement, which you don't get in the basic. Also the IRS form 2553. This is basically if you want to form an S Corp or file as an S Corp, even though you're an LLC, that's what this is for. So I recommend getting the standard because you get everything that you need. Now, the main thing with the premium, you do get some extra services, but it's really the speed. As you can see, you're paying to get it in 2 days rather than 3 weeks. Now, I will say this, I've started over 6 LLCs using Bizee, and I've always chosen the standard, and I typically get it within a week, sometimes a few days, even if I didn't pay the extra fee. So a little tip there, hopefully that it's still a thing. Every time I form an LLC, typically they're a lot faster than the 3 weeks. So if you absolutely need it and you need it within the next few days, then probably get the premium just because that's guaranteed. But in my experience, I've gotten it very quickly, even with the standard version. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with the standard here and get started. All right, so now we're gonna choose our LLC name. If you need more information, just hover over this right here. But basically, this is just your name. So I'm just gonna put Jonathan Montoya Business and then LLC. So next it's gonna ask your designator. Typically I'll leave it just as the LLC. It doesn't really matter if you choose the other ones. I just like this because it's a lot cleaner and easier than adding a dot every single time. So I'm just gonna keep the LLC, and that's what it's gonna look like right there. So your business name and then LLC, okay? You do gotta give it a business purpose. So I'm gonna put online business creator, and then we're gonna hit next here. Now again, they're gonna ask if you want it faster. Again, typically I just choose the 3 weeks. In my experience, I typically get this faster. So I'm just gonna choose this for the purposes of this video. And then we're gonna add a contact person. So this will typically be you or the person forming the LLC. All right, so I filled that in. I'm gonna hit next. Now next, it's gonna ask for a company address. Now typically you can use your own address, but if you don't wanna use your address, you can actually pay Bizee and you can use their virtual address. So you can do this for $29 a month extra. But in this example, I'm just gonna choose my address and then fill this in here. All right, so once you fill the address, go ahead and hit next. Okay, so now it's gonna ask how many members inside of your LLC. So in this case, I'm just gonna put 1 member, but if you have a partner or several partners, you would wanna add all your partners here, okay? So I'm just gonna put 1 member, it's gonna be Jonathan Montoya. I'm gonna add the address and I'm gonna hit next. All right, so next it's gonna ask about your registered agent. Now, if you want to start an LLC, typically it's going to be on the public domain so people can access your information such as your address, your phone number, and all that stuff. So if you don't want that to happen, you can actually use Bizee as your registered agent. Now, the cool thing is they actually do this for free for a full year, okay? So you can see here after that, it's $119. But if you don't care about that, you can just say, I'll act as my own agent. But in this example, I'm just gonna go with using them as a registered agent, okay? So I'm gonna hit next here. All right, so now it's gonna ask about my EIN identification. So I do have a social security, so I'm gonna hit no. I'm gonna add my social here. And then we're gonna go ahead and move on. We're gonna add our physical street address and then hit next. Now next, they'll typically have a bonus offer for Bank of America. Now I will typically actually opt into this offer because it's usually pretty cool. They actually give you some money to get started. And since you're already getting set up through Bizee, it's a lot easier to get that all done with Bank of America. So if you want to go with this offer, you can go ahead and hit yes, I'll apply when the documents are ready. Or again, you could just hit no, not at this time. But typically they'll have a really cool offer here. This will change depending on when you sign up. For this purposes of the video, I'm just going to hit no. But I do recommend it if you want to set up your business bank account. Now, another cool thing is with Bizee, you get a free tax strategy and free consultation. So you can opt in for this if you'd like. I'm just going to hit no, I'm not interested at this time. And then last thing is the business licenses and permits. You don't really need this right now. So I'm going to hit no thanks. I'll do the work myself because you're going to get all the things that you need in the package anyway. So after that, you want to make sure to review the entire order here. And when you're done, you can hit next and you can go ahead and pay for this. And hopefully within the next few weeks or next few days, you'll have your entire LLC, all the documents sent over to you. And once you paid, that's it. You just have to wait for Bizee to send you all the documents. Now, I've personally been using Bizee for the last 5 years, and I've used it to form all my LLCs. I have multiple LLCs in real estate, in my online businesses, my software businesses, and it works amazing, super easy. I don't have to worry about filing everything. Like you saw in the video, it took me 5 minutes to fill everything out, and it just makes it super easy for people to start their LLCs. Now, again, I'm gonna leave a link to Bizee down in the description. If you click on that link and file through Bizee, I do get a small affiliate commission, so thank you so much for using that and supporting this channel. I hope this was helpful, and with that being said, we'll see you on the next video, and God bless.